What's up everyone? Alright, so today I'm going to do a trading station update. This is my new trading station here, my new office. I've actually been in this office for over a year, but I haven't done a trading station video since I moved in. So we're going to do that today, and this is going to just be a really simple trading station video. Ultimately, this is a pretty simple setup. Yeah, this one, right here. This is a very simple trading station. I've got one laptop and I've got two USB monitors. This is what I use whenever I'm traveling. And ultimately, this is pretty much the amount of space I use for my trading. I've got all these monitors, but for the most part, I don't really use them for trading. So during this video, I'm going to break down the traveling trading station. And then I'm going to talk about this big trading station, how it's set up, and as always, if you guys have questions, you have comments, leave them below. I personally respond to every question posted, and if you love these kind of videos, give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Alright, so we're going to start by breaking down the traveling trading station. And ultimately, this is pretty simple. I've got a Falcon laptop, and I'm going to run the point of view video so you guys can see exactly what it looks like to sit in my chair. I've got the Falcon laptop here, which is specifically a gaming laptop. I'll put the link, or it's actually specifically for trading. They're trading computers. I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can check out their website. But this is a nice Falcon computer. It's a 15-inch monitor. It's super fast. You can see on the side that I am hardwired in. Right underneath my desk, I've got the switch board, so I have all of these computers, the ability to be wired in, and then they go into my network panel where I have a redundancy, so if one internet drops down, I've got my backup. So I've got my main fiber, and then I have like a Time Warner cable, I guess it's regular cable internet as my backup in case the fiber goes offline. So when I'm on my traveling trading station and I'm here in the office or I'm somewhere where I can be hardwired, I always prefer that. But the reality is, at an airport lounge, at a coffee shop, you usually can't get on hardwire. And I really have no problem trading on Wi-Fi. I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars trading on Wi-Fi. So I don't consider it a requirement for my trading that I'm hardwired. It's just a preference. So basically everything here, these are all, these three cables are for everything up here. What I have for this, these two is this USB port, which splits into two, and then that gives me the two USB ports for each one of these USB monitors. So when I'm trading on my traveling trading station, the way I have it set up is I have my broker right in front of me, right on the left. This is how I always have it set up. And then this screen up here up high, I bring this down. So I've got my main chart right here. So now I'm looking at the main stock I'm looking at. And then my scanners, which are up here, I bring them down and I put them on this monitor. So if I go to load layout right here, I'm going to be able to load layout. Let's see. So I can load layout, and I'm going to go to the Italy layout. So the Italy layout is when I was traveling in Italy. And there I've got my scanners all on this monitor. So actually what I ended up doing was setting this up so my scanners were on the left side. I put one additional chart right here. And then back to front and center, this chart, which is right up on my second monitor, I put right here. And this chart, which is over here on this monitor, I've got to scroll all the way over to it. This one I put right, let's see, I'm having a hard time grabbing onto it. There we go. That one I put right here. So this is how it looks when I'm on the go, when I'm traveling. I've got my broker, chart layout 1, chart window 2, and then this one is scanners and charts. Now, what I ended up doing is I keep the Warrior Trading chat room on this main monitor, the main laptop screen as well. So I kind of flip back and forth between the chat room, and then of course I'm running my broadcasting software and all of that. And that's one of the reasons that I personally need a really fast computer, because not only am I trading, I'm also broadcasting to the chat room. So I probably spend I don't know, maybe 30, 40 days out of the year trading on this traveling trading station the way it's set up right now. And, out of 250 days out of the year, it's almost a quarter of the year, not quite, but, at least a fifth of the year that I spend in this layout. And it really is no issue for me. The biggest drawback to being on the traveling trading station is if I happen to be in a place that has poor quality internet. Italy doesn't have the best internet, and so, I've had places where even with the best, fastest they have, it's just not great. So that's the biggest limitation. But in terms of the traveling trading station, USB monitor 1, USB monitor 2, I'll put links in the description for these ones, and then the Falcon laptop. So that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart here. I'm going to put this back over on this screen here, and we're going to start switching over to my main, to my layout for the big trading station. Ultimately, the big trading station just uses a little bit more space. So I'll put this one up here. I'll go back to File on Trade Ideas, and what I'll do is I'll load my home trading station. So load layout, home trading station, and that'll load the layout back up there. Okay, now I'm going to unplug this. Okay, I'll pop this off. So this is my USB monitor, and this is my clip, which I'll talk about in a second. I'll unplug that one. All right, this is the whole thing. Let's see. So here we've got, these are two monitors right here. That's how skinny they are. And then these clips right here, they just clip onto the side of the monitor, just like this. And you can buy them on Amazon. They're made by 10-1 Design, and they're called Mounties. So you just slide that on there, you clip it down, and then it clips right onto the side. Now this is the backpack that I use for my traveling trading station. So these two monitors go monitor screens facing in, like this, right here. And then my laptop, which is that one, but I'll use this one just to show you how it fits in here. I slide in on this side, and since I'm now TSA pre-check, I've got global entry, I don't have to unpack my bag. So boom, just like that, this is good to go. And the laptop weighs a couple pounds, the monitors are pretty light, but with the laptop, the monitors, usually I've got my charging cable on the side, and then in here I'll have a backup cable. This one's for my GoPro, this one's for my phone charger, just the basic stuff that I need, and of course the two USB cables for those monitors. And that is all I need to make money anywhere in the world, which is pretty cool. All right, so now let's break down the big trading station. So the way my big trading station was set up for a long time was I used two laptops. I've always kind of used two laptops. I've had one that I use primarily for trading, and then the other primarily for social media, YouTube comments and stuff like that, email and whatever. So this one on the left side has always been the one that I use for trading. So it always has the broker screen up. It's got the connection to all the charts. And I kind of did this funny thing where it might not make sense to you, and you can comment below what you think about it. But the way I set this up is this laptop controls this screen, and that screen, and that screen. And then these are all controlled by this laptop. So the reason I do that is because when you're multitasking, it's a lot easier to drag something straight up. And so when I'm working on this laptop on YouTube comments and email and stuff like that, I just will drag things up to this one and up to this one. Usually I leave my comments up here, and I just refresh as the day goes on and just answering comments. And these two screens over here, I don't really use them that much. So this is my multitasking area on this laptop, my main trading screen, my charts that I'm really focused on, my scanners, and the chart, usually the stock I'm trading. And then over here, I've got these two charts of stocks that I'm kind of looking at, but not that seriously. Maybe I'll put the S&P 500 up there, or a stock that's kind of on the watch list, but not really. And so when I'm on my traveling trading station, I don't even have that monitor, and I'm fine without it. So the way my traveling trading station is set up is basically this monitor goes here and this one goes here. And that one I don't use, and this one up in the top I don't use. So this one right now, I've got my screen recording and broadcasting software on it, which is fine. And usually that's kind of what I use it for. I'm not really using it that much. I don't feel the need to have two more charts up there of other stocks. There was a time where I did have charts on this monitor, this one, and this one. But 95% of the time, it was just sitting there. I wasn't looking at it. And running those charts does take up some bandwidth on the computer. So I decided to ditch it. Now, when I first set up these trading computers, what I ended up doing was, very early on, realizing that most laptops can only run one external monitor. All right, so what happens is you plug in the external monitor, and I'll just go here down to, display. So you type in display, you pull up your display settings, and this right here, that's all my monitors that are connected. Now, if you don't have the graphics cards, it'll just only give you the option to mirror that monitor, which means you're just showing your exact same screen on a second monitor. So like in a Radio Shack or something like that, when you see all the TVs all playing the same station, they're just mirroring each other. Well, that's not helpful when you're trading. You want to see different things on each monitor. And so that means that you need to have graphics cards. And so the easiest way to do that with a laptop was to buy these diamond USB to HDMI adapters. So these little things, I don't know if that's in focus, but these plug into the USB port, and then they pop out as either HDMI, or you can just plug in these ones right here, and they go right into the back of a monitor. Now the problem is that these are 24-inch monitors that are only about $125 each. They're relatively inexpensive. I mean, I know that's like $600 plus that one over there, but they're not too expensive as far as 24-inch monitors are concerned. But the problem is, once you buy the $120 monitor, then you realize that you've also got to buy this video adapter and this graphics card, external graphics card. And this was another, they were like $40 to $50 each. So now it's $170 for each monitor. Of course, for each laptop, I can run one monitor with the HDMI cable. And so, of course, I do that. And then the second monitor, in this case, is running off of one of these diamond USB to HDMI adapters. Now, when I got this new Falcon computer, I was able to take these and get rid of them. I don't need them anymore because this computer has 1, 2, 3 ports for external monitors. So I'm able to run 3, 1, 2, 3 on the external monitor, and I still run just one now on the USB to HDMI video card, which is not bad. So I'm totally happy with that, and that seems to be a great way to run this, and I just don't have to worry. I used to have some problems with those HDMI video cards that when I was running 3 of them all on one machine, sometimes they would conflict with each other because they're all, I guess, using the same driver, and so I had some issues. So the way this is set up now, I've got these 6 monitors run by this computer and then this computer over here is just for broadcasting. So some of you guys have asked me questions about how I broadcast out this monitor, because this is the one that's running my screen share. And so what I use is I use a screen capture device that's right back here, and I'll show you a clip of it that I got. So this goes in between the HDMI cable. So the HDMI cable comes out of the computer, goes into that device, and then it goes into, from the HDMI then goes through the device and to this monitor. Another cable comes out and goes to this computer, and it's now captured everything that was going through to that monitor. So now everything on that monitor is coming into this computer, and then I just broadcast it out from there. So that's the way that a lot of gamers will do their broadcasting on Twitch, and it's the same thing that I'm using right here. So that gets the broadcast out there. Now my microphone right here, this is a nice mic. You've probably seen like on the Joe Rogan show and some other podcasts. This is the mic that is used. So it's a great mic. And it's not one that will work just on your typical USB port. This is the real thing. So this mic goes through, the cable goes down, it goes under the desk. What I found was if you wind the audio cable with your electric cables, it was picking up kind of static and buzz in the line. So I run that one totally separate. It comes through here. It goes through this little device called a cloud lifter. It then goes into the mixing board right here, where I can easily mute or unmute myself. I can adjust the levels. And then from there, it goes back out and comes into the broadcasting computer. Now what's also cool is I can take the audio from this computer and send it into the mixing board, and then that goes to that computer with both the audio and my voice. So if I'm doing an interview with someone, for instance, I can record it on this computer, and it's recording both my audio and their audio as it's coming through a system audio. Now you'll see the two Marshall speakers on either side. I've got this one, let's see, on the left side, that's that one right there. And then I've got, there we go, and then I've got this one on the right side right there. So the way I set these up, I use this little splitter. Now I use the splitter so I can have the speakers both on my left side and my right side playing the same audio. So if I play this.
Most people work more hours doing a job they hate than they spend doing the things they love.
So I get to have it.
There's an opportunity to achieve the power of choice. There's a way to get back to the things you love, to get back to your life.
So I'll do that just mostly for music and stuff like that. But the nice thing there, just with this splitter, audio goes through to both sides. And when I'm running or trying to capture the audio from my computer, obviously it doesn't go out the speaker, it instead goes through the mixing board. So that's kind of a breakdown of this larger trading station. For the most part, I've got a lot going on here, but this whole section, this whole like tower, is all specific to social media and email and stuff like that, and that's the same with this tower on this side. So as far as trading is concerned, I would say that 95% of the time, I can get by trading with 3 monitors. My main laptop screen and one on either side. If I was really going to set up a maybe more condensed home trading station, I would probably do what Roberto did and either have one large monitor right here or set up 3 monitors, so it's my laptop screen and then 1, 2, 3, and then separately have my social media computer and maybe like 1, 2, 3. So that's probably how I would set it up, and it would be a little bit cleaner. I wouldn't have to jump across monitors to go from what I'm doing here to over here. So it is a little bit of a funny thing, but it just kind of, it's the way that's working. Of course, you could say, well, Ross, why don't you just, put this laptop here? But I so often am going back and forth between these two, I want to keep them close together. So, it's kind of finding that trading station that works for you, even if it's a little unorthodox. And by the way, this over here on this side, a couple of you guys asked me about, this stream deck is for my broadcast as well. So a lot of people that use Twitch will also use a stream deck like that. So you can mute your audio if you don't have a mixing board. You can change the scenes from full screen to a bigger video of the monitor or whatever the case is. So this just helps me quickly flip through my screens so you guys are able to see what I'm looking at. As always, questions, comments, leave them below. If you love this video, if you watched until the end of this video, give me a thumbs up, and I hope you're subscribed to the channel. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the chat room, hopefully real soon. Hey, did you know every morning I go live to stream my pre-market watch list? Subscribe to the channel, press the alert button, and you'll get the notifications. And if you want to learn more about trading, check out the links in the description, and if you have questions, post them in the comments, because I personally respond to every comment posted on my channel.